when you are given 125 mark for one essay, you need to think many things. You cannot just write whatever comes to your mind, first of all. So, it is mandatory that you should write some points in your rough work. When you prepare your rough works, you frame all the points on which the entire essay will be organized, not only best but organized. Because you see, when we start talking, we add or we collaborate the words in a meaningful manner so that a sentence is made. Like when we write paragraphs, sentences are also organized. Then when we go to passage, paragraphs are organized. Then when we write an essay, everything must be organized. So, your linking devices should be there to join one another. All the sentences must be coherent and to the topic related. I have gone through in detail all the answer scripts. So, be not offended that I have made all the corrections there. It is only to make you aware that you are going for UPSC. It is not just an essay that we are presenting before a teacher who is just passing around the pages, not like that. When you are going for UPSC or OPSC or any kind of serious examinations, the process of evaluation is complex. They made a criteria, they made some common points, they discuss among them, then they go through the papers. So, the mark is given less than your expectations. If there is 125 marks for you, then if you are securing 70 to 75 marks, that is absolute, that is final, and that is maximum. So, what happens here? When you have written, you have either haven't gone through seriously the matter because grammatical mistakes are there, and it is the primary thing that you should avoid writing. Whatever may be your writing, whatever skills of writing you may have, you write simple sentence. You don't need to write all the complex sentences with jargonic words or any kind of complexity, but you must write correct sentence. That is the first thing, that if an examiner will not get a single red mark on your paper, then it will be all manually checked. So, all your red marks will be your negative points. So, try to avoid that. I am not going through grammar, but that is the basic thing when you are in writing. So, when you are writing, most of you have eliminated the verbs. Like someone has written the people crowded there, people are crowded there, like that, there is no difference. So, when we are saying people crowded, that means people deliberately crowded there. When we are saying people are crowded, that means they are made to make a crowd. So, that is a different thing. You will go through the papers. Now, I am going through the essays. That the basic thing that we are having in our mind, that we do not have to write a lot. That means you have word limit like 1200 maximum. So, in that you have to put up your best things, whatever is in your mind. So, when you are going for UPSC, you must have learned some quotes by heart. By heart means you have to remember each and every word. Please do not write incorrect quotes, because all know about them. When you are writing about suppose when we are saying a quote of Simone de Beauvoir, that one is not born but rather becomes a woman. Someone has written it differently, someone has given a quote of some critic but differently. When you are putting inverted marks, you shouldn't write it in that incorrect manner. If you do not remember the exact thing, you can say according to that critic, or if we go through the quote of that critic, we understand this. You understand what I say? When you are writing incorrect proverb or incorrect saying or quote, that means you have not learned it properly, or you are trying to misguide the examiner, either or. And if the examiner knows that saying, because you all are reading from your Google Chacha, so you are not being innovative, but you must be innovative. Either you write on your own, and or you can write something from your Bhagavad Gita, which is unique and which is groundly rooted, and you can add anything or everything with Bhagavad Gita, because all the questions are life related. Like see, womanhood is not given at birth, it is cultivated over time. So the essay writing may be various, that there is not a fixed thing that you will write in this manner only. Like you can add a nice quote correctly and then elaborate, or you can write just from any instance that you have known, or any kind of story that you can put there and then write your points from that. You understand? Or you can write simply a made up introduction that is neatly written. You must not write incorrect words, you must not write any kind of grammatical error in that particular introduction, because introduction and conclusion makes all the brackets. So this womanhood, when we are writing about womanhood, you connect it with feminism. Womanhood is not feminism. Feminism is something that supports womanhood. So when we are writing essay, like lots of things comes to in our mind that we are very much confused. Like when I was writing my paper, my teachers always say, oh, you have lot of things to say, but you don't know what exactly the examiner wants. So that you must know that what I am going to write. So it is written here, it's not given at birth, it is cultivated over time. What we have to write there? We have to write there how a woman is made by society and family. Like when in our family, brother and sister is born, and gradually the mother gives emphasis to the son and less emphasis to the girl child. So the girl child is said to or advised to tolerate, to sacrifice, or to go through various stages that the boy child has not done. So that thing, rather it has a negative impact on the mind of that girl child, that being a woman is difficult in this world or in this society, and she started thinking that being a woman means I have to sacrifice in all through my life, and I will not have a balanced life in all through my life, or I will not get the privileges that the boys will get. So gradually her mind becomes set in that, and that prejudice make her a woman by nature, not by gender. So you have to elaborate why sex is different from gender, how gender is biased by the society basically in India. So when feminism came to forefront, the feminists who were fighting for the rights of women about a balanced society, about some rights which make a woman an individual, a human being, not just a woman. Like it is said that a woman is made, or she becomes a woman, not born like that. the things, that the toys we give our children, like some soft toys to our girl child, and then some guns or other playthings to the boy child, that makes a kind of thing that the difference or the discrimination is still there in the mind of the children. Again, there is, when they got to adulthood, a very famous thing you have come across all the time, that men will be men. So, why men will be men? Men will obviously be men, they will not be women. So, exaggeration of some things in society makes the gender biased, and they think that we are the superior class. That is why Simone de Beauvoir has written second sex, that has based upon feminism. So, when we are writing, some papers are so excellent, they have wrote how the Vedic age, the pre-Vedic age and the post-Vedic age had gone through the womanhood differently. Like in pre-Vedic period, the woman had choices to marry, the woman had many kinds of equality, they were going to meetings and conferences, and they were taking part of all the religious and social institutions. But later, after the Vedic period, some discriminations has made, in which the woman was taken as an inferior class, and then the time came when pre-colonial period, then post-colonial period, then the time of independence, post-independence, these things came then to the modern world. So, when you are having that kind of chronological writing, you must remember to put some examples somewhere in that elaborate writing. When you are putting examples to justify your writing, that makes your paper so strong. And like someone has written Savitri Bai Phule and Sarojini Naidu, these things are here. These are gold moments of our history. But what about now? Be updated. Be so up to moment, that I say, that what's happening here. How the scientists are making history in the launching of moon, how the people, the women in literature, they get the Nobel Prize. So, you can put that, and how the women, they fight for the existence of women, only the existence, and they were being punished by the society, because they have discarded the idea that just being a woman is inferior thing. So, you can write all those things in an organized manner, and I have mentioned that you must write the subtitles. It means you are making yourself easy to write the paper. That means you are making the rough of that like the skeleton of a body, and then you are putting all your flesh, your blood and all the life and soul into it. So, what is the life and what is the soul of a paper? When you are writing, think positively. Some have written in the second, third paragraph with WH words. Do not write that. When we are writing where, from, who, said, like that, it has no linking with the previous passage or the previous paragraph. Write down an assertive sentence, then you can connect it with another sentence. So, all assertive sentence make your answer script more assertive. You understand? So, when we are writing something positive, it creates an impact on the examiner that this person is also positive towards examination, and your confidence should be seen in the examination paper. Like when we are writing about womanhood, we are discussing, yes, woman is underprivileged or she is subaltern at some time, but nowadays how she has overcome all these barriers. You can write that, you can add that and make it a conclusion. When in introduction you are going beyond that, before that, what was happening long ago, you can conclude that we have achieved these and these things, and in the fourth wave of feminism, the woman is not just a woman, she is a better personality from before.